Everyone, welcome back to my channel. To me, I just feel like I could never go, well, never say never, but foundation free, I just wouldn't. But with that being said, I do really care about clearing up my face and making sure that my skin does get a break, because underneath foundations and powders and all that, and especially if you're outside, it does clog your pores and it can make your face feel congested and make the skin have texture to it. So I like to give myself a break at least once every month or every 2 months, especially around that time of the month, so my skin can breathe a lot better and I can focus on clearing my pores out, so the next time I do use a full coverage foundation, it's going to lay on nice and smoothly. I'm gonna take you guys along with my little foundation break journey. It's not anything too complicated. I just literally wear BB cream, and this is the BB cream that I use. So this is the Perfect Cover BB cream, SPF 42 in shade number 23. This is by Missha, and it's kind of like an OG Korean beauty product, I guess. It's the first BB cream I've ever used, and it's still my favorite to this day. The first day that I give myself a break from foundation, I try not to wear anything on my face, just moisturizer. But I do like to still do my makeup every day, so I use and rely on this BB cream. It's natural but full coverage. It still gives me the finish I want with the makeup I do, and I love it. I love it, and it's really affordable, so I really recommend this. And then the products that I have been using as far as sheet mask goes is this one right here. This is the Projecting Solution by Dr. Jart. So I used this last night. It is just a cotton, like a black cotton sheet mask. You apply it and then you tap it, which I kind of forgot to do, but it starts to bubble up. So it's supposed to be clarifying, it's supposed to be really good for oily skin, and mostly supposed to like pull out all of the sebum and dirt that you have in your face, which this does work. My only concern is if you have dry, sensitive skin, you wouldn't be able to use this like 5 sheet masks in a row. You'd have to maybe use this like once to clarify your face a week, and then, you know, go back to brightening and moisturizing sheet masks. You can really feel this working. The bubbles feel like tingly and kind of like eating away all of the dead skin and oil on your face. And then by the morning time, if you use this at night, you can see around where you have congested pores, they come to a little whitehead and you can just squeeze them gently out. So it does really work. I only like to use this again, not in a row, just like once when I am clarifying my skin. It's definitely something I rely on. But tonight, I'm not going to reuse another one of these. I feel like my skin, this did a good job once to bring out everything that needs to come out. I do want to really cleanse my skin though, just give it a really deep clean. And I was watching a video on the best Japanese cleansers, and there's one that's it's called like a deep cleansing, but it comes in a little powder form and it foams up just kind of like this face mask does, but to like a foamy wash, and then you can really cleanse out your skin. So I am gonna go to the market today to see if they have that and pick up some food. So I will take you guys along. I'm outside now, and I just wanted to show you guys what the BB cream looks like in natural daylight. So it's been a few hours, and I did set it with a little bit of powder, but you see how it still like covers everything, but it still looks natural and it's not too heavy. Like I feel like I could be in the sun and it's not feeling like cakey at all. It does let your natural oils peek through, and it has sunscreen, so if you're in the sun, that's really good. So yeah, I just wanted to show you what it looked like. So they had the face wash, but not in the individual little packets, which I kind of wanted more, but at least they had the brand. So it's from Fancl. It looks like this, and this is the powder one. I believe this is the powder. I don't even wash, so it's facial washing powder. I don't even know if I got the charcoal one. I would do this to myself. It's okay, I'll still try it out because these are supposed to be deep cleansing anyways. The Japanese face washes, they're just supposed to be on another level of foam to cleanse your face. It's been now more than a few hours since I did all of my errands and everything, and this is what the oilness level would look like with the BB cream. I know it's not like a wear test, but See, the natural oils are peeking through, and it may be a little oily, so you could just touch it up with powder, but I kind of like this look. And I feel like I still have a lot of coverage. It hasn't like smeared around or faded at all. I don't know if I'm putting too much. This might be too much, but we'll see. Maybe a little bit more. So I've been rubbing it for a few seconds now, and this is what it's creating. It's not foaming up like the one I saw online. It's almost just making like a regular foam cleanser, but that's okay. We'll see how well it cleanses anyways. So I'm just gonna start working this into my skin. Stamp it just a little. And I'm just really trying to work on where my pores were clogged and congested in my nose. So I'm really just trying to cleanse my skin a little bit more right now, just because I want that deep clean. In the morning time I use a cleanser, but I just honestly do it really fast and don't do the massage and circular motions as much. So for foam wise, it is pretty good because it's still, I haven't even added that much more water, and it's still working into the skin nicely. It has like a very smooth, velvety foam texture. So this was really easy to wash off. So this would be a really good alternative too if you were traveling and you just needed to bring a small thing to wash your face that wasn't liquid. I would definitely recommend this because it foams up nicely, and then when you wash it off, it's really easy to get off. With some foam cleansers, I find it, especially Japanese ones, when I do use them, they're really hard to rinse off, and you gotta really work them off your skin. And as far as the cleansing goes, like the deep cleansing, I do feel like it got into the little pores right here. So I'll see when I lay on my BB cream compared to yesterday if these pores look as raised or clogged. But I feel like this is a really good cleanser. I was low-key a little disappointed that I didn't get the charcoal one, but I discovered this one's pretty good. I like it. And once I run out of my regular morning cleanser, I might just be using this powder one because I'm super impressed. And I feel like for some reason, all of the powder cleansers that I have been trying, they don't dry my face out as much as regular washing foam cleansers do. And they have the same consistency. I just applied all of the rest of my morning skincare, but I just wanted to show you quickly on camera how easy it is to apply this BB cream. Just see the coverage without putting on any other makeup. So I apply it always with my hands. It's the best way to apply it. It looks the most natural this way, and the product distributes the best, I feel like. So I apply one pump to the bottom and then like half a pump to the top. And this does have SPF 42 in it, but I still apply my sunscreen too, just for extra protection. You can put it all over your lids, you can put it like everywhere. This is without any BB cream, and then this is the side with BB cream. You can see it's so very, very natural, but it's kind of just evens out everything. And if you wanted a little more coverage, this is a buildable BB cream, so you can just go back in and just put a little bit more. And it gives you even more coverage. Okay, so I'm going to do the other side now. This is the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder. I just take with a large fluffy brush. So I get really oily in my T-zone, so all I do is I just set it, I tap a little bit on. And I'll just do this side of my face so you guys could see just with the BB cream and a light layer of powder, the coverage it gives you. And this will last you all day. Okay, so I just tapped on the light layer of powder. So this side is with no powder, and then this side is with powder. You see how everything just laid matte, but still looks nice and natural. So I'm all done with my makeup. It's like the same thing that I did, and it's the look that I'm wearing in the beginning of the video. And even though I do see these raised pores, like they aren't as congested, and they're coming to whiteheads, so I can get them out before I start using full coverage foundation. The last step that I do is use a chemical exfoliator, and the one that's my favorite is the Amore Pacific Treatment Enzyme Peel, and it comes in a powder just like the face wash that I used in the video. And I've already cleansed my skin with my morning cleanser, and then I go ahead and use this as the treatment afterwards and go back to my normal skincare. So I'll show you how I use it really quickly. It's super easy, way better than any physical exfoliator, and it's much more gentle. So I usually take about this much, and you just want to dampen it a little bit, and then you just start working on your face just like how you would a physical exfoliating scrub. But as you work it, it turns almost like a foam cleanser, but it's going to eat away at all of the dead skin cells. Once I have it all on my face like a cleanser, I let it sit on my face for a few minutes, rinse it off, and your face is going to feel really smooth because it's taking care of, the enzymes have taken care of eating away at the dead skin cells. So you guys, a close up, all of these pores that were congested, and then even the breakout that I had yesterday completely flattened. I feel like it's took time for my skin to breathe. Even though I was wearing makeup, I was wearing the BB cream, it still really helps to just clarify it. And then today when I put on my foundation, it's going to lay a lot flatter and it's not going to look so congested. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it, and then I'll just wrap this up and recap on the whole routine. Also, to all of the products that I did mention and use in this video, I will put in the description box the names, so check it out there. So now just to recap, in the last few days, the 4 to 5 days that I do this routine, what steps I take. So first and foremost, I let my skin breathe for 1 day, and then when I do go back to my normal makeup routine, I replace the full coverage foundation with a BB cream. Before my routine of using the BB cream, the first night I always make sure to use a clarifying sheet mask, and my favorite one is the Projecting Solution Dr. Jart. This one, again, I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's too harsh for me to use on my regular 5-day sheet mask type routine, but I use it once and it does a good job, and the next day of bringing all of the gunk and sebum out of the pores, and then I'm able to just cleanse my face and get off all that oil. So I use this once in the beginning to start off my cleansing routine. To experiment and use a new cleanser, it wasn't the charcoal one that I initially wanted to try, but I'm really glad that I did try this one because it does deep clean. We have my normal morning and night essences that I use, but I replaced one of those with the NEOGEN fermented micro essence, just because this does help calm down the skin, help the tone and texture of it. And then when I'm really trying to like lay these little pores flat, this essence does a really good job at softening that. So I use that. And then the last step that I do before I go back to wearing the full coverage foundation is I use a chemical exfoliator just to get all of the dead skin off, and it's like the final kind of, I guess you could say, cleanse. So the one that I just used was the Amore Pacific Chemical Exfoliator. I really recommend, if you do have sensitive skin, just to stick to chemical exfoliators and use them when you are in the process of trying to clean out your pores, just because whatever comes to the surface that you've been cleaning out for the last few days, this will take care of it in a gentle way to remove all of the dead layers of skin cells and to brighten up the face. So I use this on the last day, and then I go back to wearing my full coverage foundation, and I feel like my skin is a lot less irritated. Foundation goes on a lot more smoother, it lasts longer. The main thing too, when I do this routine, I do notice when I wear foundation consistently for a lot of days, my skin does get a little bit more oily underneath it, but not the good oily. So I'm constantly touching up, applying a powder, you know, putting more layers onto my skin. But when I clarify it, make a smooth canvas for my foundation to start going on again, I don't have to touch it up as much, and it doesn't get as oily and it'll last longer. I know it's a long process, but since I do have sensitized, irritated skin, I just find that this works the best for me. I know you're probably like, why don't you just wear a mud mask or steam your pores and scrub them out and then you'll be done with it in a day. But personally, to me, I find that when I do that, even though it might work, I pay for it for like 3-4 days. My skin gets really irritated, gets itchy, it dries out completely, and it just doesn't work. So if you do have very sensitized skin, but you love wearing full coverage foundation, I really recommend to gently try to cleanse your pores. That's my full BB cream and clarifying routine for my skin. If you do have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. Again, I will list the names of all the products that I mentioned in the video in the description box. And if you like these type of routine videos, leave a thumbs up. Make sure to like it. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.